Talk Stroke. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And this show is all about bringing awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for all survivors to share their journeys from all across the world, and also bringing on experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge with us. So anyway, let's just kind of get into this real quick. My guest this morning is Aidan Pedersen, and so please, and if you read the promo that I did, he had his stroke at 17 years old. So, but we'll talk about that, and also make comments and ask questions. Please don't be shy. And also, if you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel called Let's Talk Stroke and hit the notification button so you know when I go live. It's every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, good morning. And yes, I see Mike Peters. You're there. Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you. I don't want to leave anybody out. So please ask questions and make comments. So let's bring on Aidan. So let's do it. Good morning.
Hi.
Can you see the comments? Just want to make sure there.
Oh yeah.
Good. Thank you guys for being here. And I know, John, you are not shy. And yes, Mike, 17 years old. But so Aidan, I really appreciate you being on here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And nice to see you guys. So Aidan, who was Aidan before your stroke? At 17 years old, you were in high school.
Yeah. Well, I was really into gaming, which is like a normal thing for high school.
Right.
And then rock climbing for summer of 2017, I think. I got really into it. I was like going pretty much every day.
Right.
And then, I mean, yeah, there's not really much else to it.
Yeah, but you were 17 years old. Is that a senior or were you a? I mean,
Yeah, I was a senior. It was actually, I think, 2 weeks away from graduation.
Wow. Did you like to have a stroke at 17? Did you have any warning signs or anything?
Well, people and every doctor that we went to. So I was hanging out with my friend and my girlfriend at the time, and they were like, "Dude, you got mono. You got to go home." So, and then I went to the school nurse, and she's like, "Yeah, you got mono. You got to go home." And then a few days from that, we went to see a doctor in the ER, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you got mono. You got to go home."
Wow.
So everybody thought I had mono.
Right.
So it's like all the symptoms that I had of a sinus infection were just written off as mono symptoms.
Wow. Crazy. How long did that go on before they discovered, you're having a stroke? Or because I know reading the promo that you wrote, it was you had a meningitis? No.
Yeah, bacterial meningitis.
Wow. So you had the what did you? You had the mono. At least they thought it was mono. And then from there, what happened?
Yeah, well, apparently, according to my mom, at least, I don't really have memory of that point very much.
Right.
But she said that I went up to, like, the little, like, fridge nozzle where you get water out of?
Yeah.
I was going like this with my hand.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, no, I'm taking him to the hospital. This is mono."
Right. That's crazy. Let's see here, because I know I read a lot of the stuff that you don't remember. And it was started as a sinus infection that the doctor thought it was mono, but then you had swelling in your neck, or it went back.
Yeah, and my lymph nodes.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then so the sinus infection went to your brain. you probably don't remember all of it. Well, obviously you said you don't remember it.
Yeah, not at all.
Wow. And then I understand that you went to from Fort Collins to Denver, and then you went to Children's Hospital of Denver, which thank God, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So then you had surgery too?
Yeah. I got surgery I think you can see the scar. I don't know if my hair is blocking it right now. Maybe.
Nice. That's you.
Yeah, but there's like a big scar like going from here all the way across the top of my head because they had to take off uh the bone cap to get the bacteria out.
Wow. 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 So you had a craniotomy
Yeah.
and you wore a helmet for how long were you in that?
Uh
If you remember it,
I'm not sure. I mean, I remember bits and pieces. I think I was in it for like 4 months.
right? Let's see. Let's see here. I warned you about him, Mike Peters here, right? But you see his question there?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you cope with it as a 17-year-old?
Uh well, I don't know about coping with it. It's harder. I think because I was like perfectly mentally healthy.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, and I'm younger. So it's not like as hard as on me as I would imagine it is on somebody else.
Right. Right. And that's true. So it's funny. I never knew what a watershed stroke is, and that's what yours is due to the meningitis. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, let's hear. Is somebody that we do know here? Can you see the comment? Is it Katie, your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to see you out here. Yeah. Uh, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. Let's see. I thought I saw another question. How did they help you get off the walker and walk without an assisted device? Because did you have to learn how to walk?
Yeah. So one thing they did is they had like a long hallway and they set up a chair like 10 yards down the hallway or whatever. And
Right,
they had me walk without the walker to that distance
right,
with like minimal support. And then once I got there, they moved the chair back like another like 30 yards or whatever.
right.
And then I just walked there again. And then we just did that over and over.
Yeah. And as far as effects, did because at that age, how's your because did you like me have to one side was in the beginning paralyzed? Do you have any of that kind of residual effect?
Well, strength wise, I don't really think so. The coordination is pretty off, but
Right. And
yeah.
no seizures or anything like that?
Uh, it's mostly just like, and I was talking to you a little bit about this off stream,
Right,
but it's like they're sort of like micro seizures. I'm not sure what the medical term is. Maybe somebody in the chat will know.
right,
But it's kind of just like sort of a gasp type thing, like, and then I'll just like pause for like a second,
right.
and then have to kind of reorient for like 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, how different seizures are. So do you take meds for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Pause seizures. Yes. Oh, Katie's saying that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And also, Susan is saying, do you use a cane?
I do not know.
Oh, good for you. Um, and did you have to go to speech therapy?
Yeah, I did.
Wow, wow. So right now you're actually doing great. You just have those little micro seizures, I guess. Those little seizures. How often do you have those?
Well, it's kind of like so I don't know, maybe it's different from wherever you are, but you have to go 1 year with no seizures, and the micro seizures or whatever they're called. My sister calls them pause seizures because that's
Right.
kind of what they look like.
Yeah.
Um, so those count.
Right.
So you have to go a year without any of those. So generally, and like right now, I'm on like a pretty good streak. I haven't had one in like a month or two.
Wonderful.
Uh, yeah, so they don't happen very often.
Right. Good to hear that. And now, Serena, you're saying absentee seizures. I don't know if you have that or not, Serena. And she's also asking, can you drive?
Um, so the thing is that the answer is almost definitely yes, but again, I'm not legally allowed to because I have to wait 1 year after I have even an absentee seizure, if that's what they're called.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. There's Susan. Yes. Can you? Yeah. You can see what she said to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Me too, Susan. Um, yeah. I know it is great, Lynette, to see how good you're doing, Aiden. So as far as the the driving, so you can drive, but you really can't because you have to wait a year. And I understand that. So they didn't take your driver's license away,
No, so I was going to like a driving school, so outpatient driving school type thing,
right?
where like the guy would have me like drive him around, like pretty much just like a learner's permit, but there was just always a professional in the car with me.
Right?
And then on the day that was supposed to be our last session is the day that COVID hit.
Oh, wow.
So I would have had my last session and gotten my license, but then COVID hit and stopped me.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Did you ever get COVID?
Well, I've had it like a 3 or 4 times, but it wasn't like anything serious.
Right. Right. Young enough where.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So here, no grand mal seizures.
Yeah, no, not in really, quite a while, 2
Right.
years maybe.
Yeah. These seizures, sometimes called petit mal seizures. I'm just reading what Mike's saying. So maybe Mike maybe did some research here. Tonic-clonic seizures. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Can cause. Do you have that where it says well, he's saying it causes rapid blinking or a few seconds of staring into space? Is that similar?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. Um, Yeah. So how long did you spend in the hospital? You went in what's the hospital? Children's Hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I mean, maybe you talked to my mom a little bit, so you might know better than I do, but I
Yeah.
think I
That's
was
what.
inpatient for 3, 4 months.
Right. I know. Little memory loss here for me, but I think you're right about that. But Debbie, if you're still out there, let us know. That's right, Mike Peters. You're awesome, Aiden. So let's see. I know you don't. Do you take Keppra?
Yeah.
You do, okay. Well, you just give it away. Do you know how many milligrams you take of that?
Uh, are those the little, like, oval
Yes,
gray ones?
kind of gray,
Yeah.
yellow. So
I take, 3 1,500 in the morning, 1,500 at night.
wow, that's exactly what I take.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but yeah, the seizures are that I never. I mean, I have had seizures, grand malls and stuff like that, but But those pause seizures, that's what I call them now. So absentee, but so you have the those type of seizures. People are all yeah, I know cannabis is proven effective. Yeah, I don't know. Well, you're in no, you're in New York now, right?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
bouncing around my dad's work.
yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Debbie. 3,000. Oh, what's it called? Mag Devolt. I can't even say the Val Pros or something.
Yeah, well, it's called Deval Pro X. I don't know why my mom is trying to jump in here.
Probably because I asked her. I said, Debbie, you know, but the yeah, this is a good question. As I mentioned, a lot of people will ask questions, and Serena here has got a question. Can you see this one here? What about keeping up with friends?
Yeah, I think I don't want to say necessarily like you kind of find out like who your like true friends are because like some people like came to the hospital and like I was telling you again off camera.
Sure.
Uh like there was a couple people like that I didn't even really know like that I was like all like that close to. But one of my friends, Caleb, was like in the hospital and he was like uh wailing. He was like, "Oh, he was my best friend. He's my best friend." And like he was like so loud they had to put him in like another room.
Right. You really didn't realize probably how
Yeah.
close he thought, or you thought how he meant to you.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So no peripheral vision issues with like
No.
no. Wow. That's good. So what else do you remember about your stroke?
Uh not really all that much.
Wow. And no no 'cause a lot of people will probably ask is depression wise, and nothing with that.
No. Yeah, you know, I've kind of always said this, but uh of all my friends, I'm kind of just like the only one that's perfectly mentally healthy, which is like I kind of say it jokingly, but also it's like I'm the only person that I know that doesn't take some kind of medication.
Oh, is that right? Wow. You
Yeah.
mean other people are taking it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, wow. Yeah. Listens to that's true. I'm looking at some of this here too. Hard lessons to learn who your real friends are. Yeah, I agree. Um, but yeah, Stephen, nice to see you out here. All of you, thank you for being here, making comments and asking questions. Please feel free. Um, I mean, 17. So how old were you? So how old are you now?
21.
21. Wow, that's great. I mean, so nothing, no really residual effects from the stroke except those they're seizures. I mean,
Yeah.
wow. And you
I mean,
haven't had one
I
in a month.
definitely can like think like because obviously I don't know, maybe you were talking about it, I'm not quite sure. Like grand mal seizures, I don't have any.
Good. So that's important. Those aren't fun to have those. Um, uh, here, thank you for asking questions if they're here. Did you find some people labeled you as treated you like a stereotype after your stroke?
Uh not particularly. I mean, maybe yeah, not really. Yeah,
Right.
because I mean, it's like I was kind of pretty much out of high school,
Yeah.
so it's like there's nobody to really treat me that way.
Right.
And then in general, it's like the only people that would know are people that I told were that I was handicapped.
Right. Right. Um, okay. About a few people are asking, can you drink?
No.
No. Maybe you don't want to drink, which is fine too.
Well, Bruce said did.
Oh, did you drink? Oh.
The yeah.
Yeah. That's a They did. Exactly, Mike. You must have loads of girlfriends. Good looking chap. He's from the UK. So you probably, well, you mentioned earlier you have had, maybe, I mean, now we're getting personal. You have a girlfriend?
Not right now, no. And the my girlfriend at the time, that I was saying I was with, that she and my friend were that I had mono. It wasn't like really that like a great relationship,
Right.
you know. I
Yeah.
mean, some high school relationships, especially, is just like shallow.
I understand. I mean, yeah. So these questions are so funny. Do you have any tattoos, Aidan?
Yeah, I've got one here, and then here, and then there,
Yeah.
and there, and then I've got one on my ankle too.
Are they meaningful? They
Yeah.
must be.
I mean, probably not to I know, like, if I were to talk to somebody that like really knows, so they're from the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
So this one
Right.
is you like, if you aren't really that into it, it's the logo of the terrorist organization that kidnapped Iron Man in the first
Wow.
movie. But then if you actually like watch all the movies, then it's like the 10 rings logo.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
And this on the inside of my bicep is Hawkeye's arrow. And then this number,
Right.
pretty neat,
Yeah.
pretty niche, but it's the number of universes that Doctor Strange looked at in Avengers Infinity War. So it's 14,605,000.
Wow. It's, see, that means something to you. And
Yeah.
I'm watching you move your arm, your arms. So you have no, with a stroke, brain injury. Some people can't, like me. I have to really twist my affected side.
Yeah.
But you have no tone. I mean, it looks like you're doing great. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I'm seeing this. You definitely know who's true friend after this type of event. Yeah, Mike. See, show us yours, Jerry, if you can. I can. I can't. Yeah, I probably much have to take my shirt off here, but I can't do that. But yeah, so um, let's see here. Aubrey, nice to see you here. Um, but so you spent about, I can't remember, 3 or 4 months in the hospital, because I saw a video of you walking. I know you probably know. See, you know the video I'm talking about. Very inspiring. You walking with your helmet on. You've seen that,
Uh, yeah, I think like a pretty long time ago.
right? Yeah, I wish I should have brought it up.
Mm.
Yeah, to show everybody, because it's very inspiring to see you. How where you came from to how you are now. Yes. Nice to see you guys here. This is great. I think I mentioned Mike is asking, how is your mental health? I think we kind of brushed on that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like pretty much the same as it was, so all good.
Yeah, good to hear that. I mean, you really, yeah. And Kevin, nice to say that, because I was gonna say that, but that's okay. What's your plans for the future?
So there's this, I always tell people this. It's like there's a John Bellion lyric. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Right?
So the lyric goes something like, I haven't even picked out the socks I'm going to wear. How can I tell you about my future?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you
Like
did.
the real answer, actually, if I'm going more in depth, because I'm supposed to know what I'm doing now, is so I'm getting a degree in sociology. which is like two of the things I wanted to do was one, paralegal, and two, PR specialist.
Right.
But now I'm thinking of switching majors to something that has a similar, that I'll graduate in a similar time manner with something that is not, because in my eyes, I think that both of those jobs are something that are already and have strong potential to be taken over by artificial intelligence within
Yeah,
like the next few decades. So I don't want to have like an unstable job because of artificial intelligence.
absolutely. Yeah, because we talked about attorneys, but the paralegals.
Mhm. Yeah, and so there's already law firms that there's AI that is advanced enough to where the firm purchases the
Right.
whole program so that all the paralegals and lawyers can use it.
So that'll be obsolete.
Yeah.
Well, see, are you going to school now, or
Yeah, well, right now I'm planning on taking the rest of the I'm taking one class this semester
right?
and then taking the next semester off to figure out kind of what exactly I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. What direction? Who
Yeah.
knows? I see who's someone right here. Oh, Steven says, um, I'm 56 and he's still trying to figure out what he wants to
Yeah.
be. Yeah, it changes because I remember when I went to school, or my kids are, they change their majors right halfway through their college, um, going to college. Um, yes, Mike. This is so funny. He love. I love this boy. Be my friend, even though I'm in Wales. Absolutely. Oh, that's funny. Um, wow. So you're thinking of you're taking what's the one class you're taking?
It's a really long name. I could look at
No,
it for you, but it's pretty much the sociology of how sports are looked at. So it's like what kind of sports like older people play, should play, uh, LGBTQ plus people should play or do play,
right,
and like how like they are accepted. And then like there's a lot of studies that show that people would find their favorite sports teams, they would like them more if they showed uh, what's the word, if they supported like organizations that support those, that
sure,
type, like LGBTQ.
right. Wow. So I'm trying to think here. So what would you tell somebody that's going through? I mean, you're doing so good, and you inspire me, and I'm sure you've seen everybody is being inspired by you. Um, what would you tell somebody that's going through a stroke and that is feeling depressed or feeling, isolated? What would you tell somebody?
uh I mean, just like keep feeling it out. Like I'm sure you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like a cop out answer, I guess, but it's just like talking to them like they're a normal person, really.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because have you ever been told this? Because I know I'm sure everybody too that is here that had a stroke or a brain injury. Well, you don't look like you had a stroke. Is somebody, they tell you that?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, maybe this is just like my ego, but I feel like me especially, people kind of think that I wouldn't have had a stroke.
At your age?
Yeah.
Or you're saying that because the people
Yeah,
that
just
you
like my
know.
build in general.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're tall. You're a big guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they're all saying that too. Well, yes, Cindy, saying to you, your speech is overall and your demeanor is fantastic for what you have been through. You are doing well, and the spirit is amazing. I agree. So good. Um, the necklace you're wearing, it means something.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
you
they were
could
getting
share
tangled, so
that.
I tucked it down. All right. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys have heard of the YouTube channel Yes Theory. The whole thing is like if you're uncomfortable with a new experience, then just say yes. And they're all about like family and everything. It's like the community, like they meet a lot of friends through it.
Right,
And this necklace says love over fear. And I've had this for like a year or two.
right.
So
Love over fear on
yeah.
YouTube. Wow, that's amazing. I This is great. I appreciate you being on. Any last words that you'd want to say?
Uh no. I mean, if you don't have any more questions.
Well, I mean, I can keep going and on and on, but I'm just, it's really amazing how good you, not amazing, that's probably the wrong term. You're doing so well, but I'm still shocked that there's doctors that didn't know. Maybe I'm not shocked. That what you went through. It's mono. The school nurse. It's mono.
Yeah. And there was actually like there was we tried to get into like a lawsuit, like sue the doctor that like said that I had mono, but there's hardly a case unless I like wasn't doing so well. Like if I
Right.
was like died or like was doing like terribly, then there would be like a good case and like we could like sue the hospital for millions, but it's like I'm doing fine,
Yeah.
so there's not really a case.
Yeah. You are doing great. You can't see the scar. I mean, that's your battle wound. Um,
Yeah.
but you're you're doing wonderful, and I appreciate that you're here and doing all this. To Mike's asked, he can't find you to friend you, but you're not on Facebook, are you?
Yeah, no. I think my account might be, but it got hacked and I don't like Facebook enough to try to get it back.
Right. So how would anybody like find you? Uh, okay.
Big big paragraph for my sister there.
Yeah. I'll bring it up, and I'm not sure. Can From the second Aiden game, if can you guys out see this? So if we're not talking, I'm reading this. Katie, yes, from the second Aiden gained consciousness, he was a rock for everyone around him. He immediately used his sense of humor to everyone at ease, even before he could speak again. So yeah, so you went through all that. No one knew what the future had in store, but I could tell he was still. Let's see, he's still, yeah, wow, himself right away. He never once wallowed or felt bad, yeah, for himself. He was truly an inspiration for anyone going through anything. Thank you for giving him a platform. Absolutely, absolutely, Katie. I mean, he's a blessing, and you really inspire me. And I know, look at all these comments or people are here. But wow, yeah, I know, Deborah. Yes, you were misdiagnosed as well too. Yeah, people don't know. So did you didn't like not the normal, when I like when mine, I was walking in the bedroom and I stopped. I couldn't move, so you didn't have that. I mean, you just had something going on. Did you feel yourself, or like there was something that, you know,
Well, like I said, I mean, it was like my symptoms were like really similar to mono, and that's like why I pretty much and like your lymph nodes also swell up if you have mono.
right?
So, because that's just like what everybody assumed it was because my lymph nodes were swelled. But like, and then like, so you act like weird and you have like weird habits when you have mono.
Right?
So that's just like everybody assumed that like when I was home, I was like kind of doing like weird stuff and like saying weird stuff. So
Right.
it's just assumed that like, oh, he's got mono. It's just mono.
Right.
But then like it was so severe, like I said, like when I put my hand under the water,
Yeah, the
uh,
faucet there.
yeah. Then my mom was like, "Yeah, it's not mono. Let's go to the hospital."
I'm so glad that she advocated for you.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows what could have happened, right? I mean, if you just listened to that doctor.
yeah,
Wow. Wow. Yep. Comforts me to hear I'm not the only one who ended up having epilepsy. God bless you, warrior. Yeah. So, epilepsy. Did they diagnose you with epilepsy?
yeah. It was. I think this is a common thing, but it was a full year after the stroke that I was diagnosed with epilepsy.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they want to put how do they want to treat that? Did they do an EEG where they put those things all over your head and
Well, at first it was like, yeah, I'm not really sure actually how they handled it.
yeah. I wonder if they did a where they want to take you off all the meds and see if you're having seizures.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, they didn't. They never did that. Maybe if my mom's watching, I assume she is. She can explain what they did initially.
Right. Come on, Debbie. No, okay. Yeah, she is actually. Yeah, your mom is a real lifesaver. Wow, how blessed you are. Yeah, you are. You got a great family. Absolutely. So glad that your sister's here too. And you have a brother. Well, obviously, because on the promo I did.
Yeah,
Duh. And
yeah.
do you see him or? I mean, how do they feel? Oh yeah, out of meds for seizures to stop the grandma. Okay. So, yeah. Did you? Um, a short-term memory. Did you have the when they took you when you went to the hospital? What did your family think? I mean, luckily your mom, dad, well, they were lifesavers for you. But what did your sister and your brother think? Because that's a big thing. Oh my gosh, he can't be having it at this age.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like my sister can kind of tune in, see what she thought, but
Yeah,
it's
I
kind of
love.
hard for me to like put myself in their shoes.
Yeah, because you were out of it.
Yeah.
You know. He went to the University of Miami. Okay, here. Your mom is replying. He went to the University of Miami for more studies. Ultimately, was given a cocktail of meds to try to stop them. Mm, thank you for saying that. Yeah, yes, incredible young man, Deborah. Grateful you are sharing your story to bring awareness to the youth. Yeah, exactly. Because who would have thought like you at that age would have that type of stroke? Yeah, I mean, it's really shocking how no one really. Well, you've got to be advocating for yourself, because who knew you're having mono? Well, you thought we're having mono. It leads to a stroke.
Hmm.
You know, just amazing. Excellent composure. Did you see the comment here? Thank you. This is terrific. You have excellent composure. You could be a spokesman for anything.
Yeah, well, usually, and this goes for like presentations at school too. It's like if I'm not reading like from a script or a slide, then I can like riff just fine. But if like somebody hands me a script to to memorize, then like I couldn't do that.
Wow, wow. Um, yes, I get so excited when I see the comments and the questions you guys ask. It really is. It's so nice, and yeah, you are inspiring. I mean, thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. You should be a motivational speaker. There you go. That's you, Aidan. Motivational speaker. That's awesome. Well, are there anything else? Because I mean, this is great. I think we kind of covered things. Or did we miss anything about your about the entire process? How you got to having a stroke?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, there's Katie. Yeah, Kate. Okay. Look at this. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Katie. We were told he would not make it through the right now. Sorry, I'm reading this too. So we found he would make it. Even 6 hours as siblings with our youngest brother. Watching him slowly recover was the biggest blessing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You are the best. Katie is saying you're the best. You've got a great family. Man, that's awesome. But I appreciate you being on. It's really inspiring. I mean, I don't think I've seen anyone that's, and I'm sure I've missed a lot of comments, so I apologize and didn't bring them up on the screen. So thank you, Lynette. You're the best there. Mike, I don't know. Do you see his comment?
Yeah, I could write my social media down. My Instagram is Aidan Ped, AIDANPED. So if you want to message me on Instagram, then that's an option.
Right. Yeah. I'm just looking here. So it's Aidan Ped. That's how they find you.
Yeah. It's also on everything, I guess. So not just Instagram.
Right. Ped. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm just putting right here. Hopefully I got it right. Right there. Is that it right there?
Yeah, you got it.
I didn't type real fast, but there's Aidan Ped. So that's how you reach him on Instagram. So that's great. Aidan, you're awesome, man. I appreciate taking your time.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So any other last questions, anybody? But this is near the end. Oh, John Lake coming in. Definitely will be. You have to watch the replay there, John. Nice to see you. The stroke, what happened? Yeah, you'll have to see it. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yes, pure awesomeness you are. This is great. Well, thank you again, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And Aidan will be changing lives with his story. Yes, he will. Thank you, Deborah, for saying that. So we'll take care of you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Aidan, especially you and your family who is here watching. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you, guys.